Can't even see you. Camouflage.
I love it. I love it. Late night happy hour. Ari's here. Allie's here. Plus Money Honey.
What's happening?
And the floating head with the Oregon State logo with a brick wall as his backdrop.
Mike, I liked the brick backdrop, but I took down my green screen, and this is what happened. So I might switch back, but just trying some things out, you know?
I love it.
It's very avant-garde.
It is. Yeah, you don't usually see this kind of stuff in sports radio.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
You're a
Sorry.
pioneer.
and once again, Alex, the coldest person on the show, even though he lives in Orange County, California, is Alex. Apparently,
I'm in because I'm in a literal like a garage without insulation, you know. So even though it's SoCal, it stays cool in this garage. Like this garage is usually, I'm not an architect, but it's usually about like 10 degrees hotter than it is when it's hot, and then when it's cold, I feel like it's like a little like it's cooler. It stays, whatever's in here stays in here.
all right.
Also, I never met Ari before. I mean, this isn't really a meeting, but we only seen each other in the chat, so.
Correct. Yes, I think we did one show where we were both on it, right? Maybe.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Lots of
I really
memories.
don't.
Alex is like, I have no idea who you are.
Mark.
No clue. Strong impression. So what's up, Allie?
Not a lot of same old stuff, you know. Trucking along.
I don't want to start the show like we do every Tuesday, but as you slowly look around your house, have you discovered anything else was sabotaged or destroyed by the jackass that you were dating?
Well, I showed you guys the pictures. I did take the thermostat off of the wall, and there's like all these prongs, and one prong, the one that connects to the heating, was bent, like with a needle nose plier bent. And like if you push on those suckers, you're not bending one on accident. So I'm pretty sure that he was the culprit. And then I had my NV Energy guy come, and he was like, well, whatever that was screwed up something in the furnace. So then my furnace guy came today, and he's like, I found what's broken, but I don't have a part to fix it. So someday I'll get heat again. Someday.
All right, does this bring up memories for you? When you got divorced, did you like shit in one of her bags or something? You take a leak all over something? What'd you do to sabotage her movie? Let's leave a little memory.
Wow.
Alex is like, oh my God.
No, there's nothing. Like we both had a lot on the line in our own lives, and there really wasn't too much malice. I mean, there was some crappy stuff, but there wasn't. Huh?
Are you sure? Every time I bring up a relationship during the break, you just start mother effing your ex.
It was awful, but like not the kind of awful that I'm gonna do anything like that. And then again, like there's things involved, not kids, but there are things involved. So like I tried my best to keep things amicable so that I didn't have any drama, and I succeeded in that.
You're a high energy guy. You're a volatile guy. It's hard to keep that under control.
Yeah, you see.
I do remember like a hole in your wall.
What's
Last
that?
time I saw you, didn't you have like a hole in your wall or a broken? It was a hole in your wall, wasn't it?
I have another wall. So I'm here now. Yes, it's a little bit better of a background, I guess, slightly.
Well, I mean, like that wasn't a relationship hole in your wall, was it?
That was. Oh, you weren't here for the story. It was, but it was like It was not directed at any physical person. It was.
Okay.
I'm angry and immature.
Really?
I'm gonna punch a hole through a wall.
Wow.
Yeah,
Well, I don't
said
think. I don't
In
think
fact,
holes
last
in walls
time
are
I, like-
usually.
Good, Alex.
I was just gonna say, I feel like holes in walls aren't usually because you try to hit and you miss. I feel like it is like a frustration punch,
Yeah,
unless you're
I
like
just
Hulk.
all joking aside, I just like that's not something I want to. That's why the hole's embarrassing, because it's like I don't want it to have anything like to imply that I would ever hit a woman.
I broke
Try,
my
like,
hand
Miss.
punching a fridge because I was trying to punch a Christmas ornament that was hanging near the fridge, and I missed and hit the fridge, and I broke a bone in my hand about 4 years ago. That was embarrassing because people said, "Oh, what did you do?" I said, "I punched a fridge." They said, "Oh, were you angry? What was the?" I was like, "No, I was just drunk." You know.
I punched a slot machine, and those do not dent, is what I learned from the slot machine. But I had the same thing. I had a barroom fracture in my hand. Don't punch slot machines. I was pissed though. Someone stole my jacket from a Richard Cheese concert on New Year's Eve, and I was pissed. Yeah. I would have taken a hit to have my heater, though. I'm telling you, at this point, to have my $300 on my heater back, I would have taken one. No, that's not true. That's not true.
So what are you going to do about this thermostat now? Did you just fix it?
I'm waiting on the dude. He's got to find a part. No one knows where the part is. I mean, it's his job, so I'm sure he'll figure it out. Luckily, it kind of warmed up here, so it's not as ice cold as it was before.
Wait, you have a heating and AC, dude?
Yeah.
All right. Well, if you need advice, I got a couple. They're good.
All right. Well, I appreciate that.
We always need to help each other in these situations because I never know who to turn to.
Networking.
Yeah.
You would have a couple
that last
HVAC guys.
when we were talking about it.
Say it again, Alex.
Oh, I said you would have a couple HVAC guys.
Well, they pay all our bills.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go.
First of all, it's completely embarrassing. I actually come from a heating and air conditioning family, more a sheet metal family. That was my dad's job for like 30 years. And then I just look around. I'm like, I got nothing. Nothing. Got to call a friend.
I thought you came from a deli family.
The deli phase was like a year and a half, and he went right back to the sheet metal. He was like, that actually pays. I'm not going broke with my goddamn slicers and rancid meat. Didn't work out. Southwest Florida doesn't like high quality butcher items.
Ow.
Huh, go figure.
No. I mean, Brady here's like that we were only in the deli business. No, it was an completely abject failure. They went out of business, and all the remnants of it were, I think, a lot of debt and like one awesome slicer. That's all we got out of it.
And a lot of good stories.
And a lot of good stories, and an insatiable hunger for sliced meat, for cured meat. It happens.
Specific.
All right, Alex, it's your show. So
Oh, heck yeah. Well,
Yeah,
you
I'm
usually hijack it. And I know that's coming, and that's cool. I like when you hijack the show. I'm used to okay, Cofield's is gone. Okay. Well, speaking of heaters, and Allie's ex and her heater issues, COVID is heating up again. And I know out there in Nevada, you guys are like, Allie, you can explain, or I guess Ari can too, or Cofield. You guys are like 1 week out potentially from going into quarantine again. What's the announcement? What's the deal there?
Yeah, old Governor Sisolak put us on a 2-week, it was like a pre-quarantine. It was like, what do they call it? 2.0, quarantine 2.0 or something. Yeah. So he basically gave us 2 weeks to keep our shit together or we're getting on lockdown again. And today marked week 1 was over. So 7 days. I think this was like a way to curb Thanksgiving travel, though. That's what I was thinking.
Aren't you doing some Thanksgiving travel?
I was thinking about it, but I mean, it's like my family. I'm going to it's one guy who
I'm not trying to throw you under the bus. I was just because aren't you coming to you're coming to my neck of the woods?
Yeah. I'm coming to Costa Mesa is where I'm going. I think I'm going there. But yeah, it's like me, my kid, and my mom are going to my mom's boyfriend's house. So it's not like, I'm not going to a big party or anything.
No, I mean, and I would only in it. You know what? If you are, I'm not going to judge you tonight. I'm not going to judge you on this show.
Fair enough. I appreciate that.
So what? So things are. So if things keep spiking, Nevada is going to go back into quarantine.
Yeah,
we think so. Yeah, I think we're all in agreement on that, right?
So
because
California
over here,
not doing that?
No. I mean, no, we are. Like we're fully. We've got a tier system here with colors. We're back in purple. Most places, 97% of the state's population is back in purple, which is the highest tier. So last Thursday, I went. I think you guys can probably do this in Nevada, right? Last Thursday, I went 8 indoors at a sushi restaurant, like sat down, table service. That around here is no go anymore. No more indoor dining. And on Friday in LA and other places, there's actually going to be a 10 p.m. business curfew. So restaurants, bars, any place that was going to be open, it can't be open past 10, I guess, as an effort to curtail the virus.
So So are there any exceptions as far as the dine-in part? Like there's like it's just
outdoor. It's out. You got to be on a patio.
bad.
Yeah, it's not good. It's not good.
Yeah.
And people are pissed at Gavin Newsom because I don't know if you guys saw this, but he went to a little dinner party with I think like 12 people the other day, and of course, like that got reported, so he had to issue an apology yesterday saying that he made a mistake.
Yeah.
Why do they do this to themselves? Like, why? You're the one who made the rule. Like, why do you do this to yourself?
Yeah, it looks horrible. I mean, it's pretty like I know a lot of people hate Sisolak, and I feel a certain way, but like whether you are on his side or not, like the whole not mask picture and everything, the whole narrative that he's created, it's really bad.
It really is.
Bad. They don't want to listen, it seems like.
I think it's the same thing here. Like I don't know much about Sisolak or what's going on in Nevada, so I appreciate that we get to talk a little California on here, but it's like damned if you do, damned if you don't. You know, people are going to hate Gavin or Sisolak regardless. But that being said, the maskless photo, the dining at French Laundry for Gavin Newsom, which is one of California's most notoriously nice restaurants, dining there with 11, 12, 13 people. And you know it's going to get reported because here in Newport Beach, where I live, we've got a Trump merch store on Pacific Coast Highway, but it's like half Trump merch, half recall Gavin Newsom merch. And I drove by the other day and it looked like it was pivoting fully to recall Gavin Newsom merch. And like people are out to get him. So why go not only go out to eat, but why go out to eat at a place where you know you'll be seen, that's known as a place that takes months or years to get reservations in? Like, why do that? Like, like you talked about Sisolak with the maskless thing. Like, just you got to be a little better.
And it wasn't like it was a special event or something, right? He's just having dinner with people.
I think it was like a birthday. I don't remember. Regardless, though, I mean, people are gonna hold them to a higher standard. Like this commenter Marcus is saying, the perception from the public is that people like Newsom and Sisolak are above the public, and that's the problem. That's the problem. Whether that's true or not, that's the perception, right?
Yep.
Right. And I understand that they get tested on a way more regular basis and stuff like that. But at the same time, it's all about setting an example, right? That's why I know I personally was one of the many reasons why I was very frustrated with Trump was that he wasn't setting any kind of example for how to behave during this. There's a hamster in a ball rolling around at my feet. I'm sorry if I'm distracted. Escher, can you put that hamster in the living room, please? And then go back to bed. But yeah, so I thought it was I think it's more about, okay, stop. I'm done. Sorry, I'm distracted.
No, it's all good. It's all good.
Lead by example. It's just that simple.
Turn up the volume. Turn up the volume. Go to bed and put the hamster away.
Imagine if someone just logged in to hear that.
Go. Did you block it so she can't get out? Yeah. Okay, thank you.
There were actually people up here on the in Mountain's Edge area, the very poor area of Mountain's Edge where everyone's oppressed, and they were like trying to. It was a dual effort. They were trying to stop the count, and they were trying to petition Sisolak out of office. So we had similar stuff here. That's just one. I'm sure there are other protests.
Oh yeah. There's stop the steal signs all over here. But I know we always talk about COVID. I feel like to open up, although that's like something that's worth talking about. But just last week around here, when I say around here, I'm talking about in Orange County, California, as one of the commenters said, people are in their own world. And I met with a couple people last week or talked to a couple people last week that were just telling me, I don't want to say they said COVID's not real, but they were telling me still that it's, part of the media hype train, that hospitals are inflating number. These are people it wasn't random people on the street. These are like people I know. And that seems to be where I live, the way the majority of the people think. And I know Cofield, last week you were saying, great producing. I know Cofield, you were saying, there's this narrative that people aren't wearing masks. Is that true? And then you were pointing out that you see people wearing masks everywhere you go. So since last Tuesday and the last 7 days, I've tried to be cognizant of that and tried to see if that's true. And around here, in the OC, bro, there's not unless you're required to indoors, people aren't wearing masks.
Well, that's a problem. That's a problem right there. I don't like it. I was at the Westgate this weekend. Picks and Parlays did like a meet and greet kind of thing. And I was not particularly into the meet and the greet part of the thing. Like I was down to sit at the table with the people, but I had to have my mask on. I was not super into strangers coming up to me and taking selfies with me and stuff like that. So, but the Westgate seemed pretty locked down for COVID. I mean, your temperature checked every time you walk in, and I smoke, so I'm in and out of that joint, you know. But yeah, so Westgate seemed like they were holding it down pretty well. But as far as little restaurants and privately owned things go, I can see how it could be a lot more lax.
I've barely been out, but like the last few times just to eat with people or persons, whatever, I don't feel comfortable. I mean, I guess I'm the paranoid person, like Steve says, eternal lockdowner, but I don't know. It just doesn't, it feels a little weird. Like I'm just like, all right. And then it's kind of not fun for me personally. So
Where'd you go?
Let's see. The last two places, thanks Jared, the Great American Pub up the street from Lotus. And it's like they did a good job. Everything was separated. Everybody had masks on. They had hand sanitizer when you first walk in, sign that you can only wear a mask or only come in if you wear a mask. But then, yeah, like you just mentioned, Allie, like once you start to kind of settle in, everything just gets lax. Like, and again, it's not that I think the server has COVID, you've seen it, but like she was kind of like, you guys need, like, it's just, people are just comfortable, I guess. And I guess you just have to work, like you just have to do it. But I don't know. It's a little much for me. Where's the other place? Real quick, I went to another place, Shish Kebab House, if you're familiar. Angel took me for my birthday like 6 months late because of COVID, but they had it spaced out. It was a little more, that was a little better as far as like feeling comfortable. But as soon as we were finished eating, like we were gonna chat, and I was like, let's get outside. Just don't want to be there. That's me. Everybody thinks I'm crazy for that.
I'm with you. Like I wouldn't say I'm comfortable. I mean, once I was a few beers deep, then I got more comfortable, but I was still pretty big on my mask, you know, like I'm not trying to talk to people that I don't know close up, you know, and I definitely don't want your hands on me so we can selfie together. You know, that's not something I'm down with.
Yep. And I don't know, people aren't very, I don't know what to compare it to, but people aren't very like, just like understandable about it. Like when when you don't want to, they're still like not aggressive, but like people can't take the hint. Like, and if in their mind it's no big deal, then they don't see your side. They're just like, hey, like I actually a long time ago when it first started and things weren't as bad, I went to someone's like birthday party and his kid was like 15. I mean, I'm sure he doesn't have COVID, but like he came up and gave me a hug. Like it was nothing. Like, hey man, so good to see you. And I was like wanted to push the kid away. It's just, so you can't control people. So I'd rather just be out.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to get on my high horse here because actually last Tuesday, so knock on wood, I don't have COVID. I should get tested. I went to a spin class. Did I tell you guys this? I went to a spin class indoor. I thought that there would be some sort of like, I don't know. I thought there'd be some sort of regulation taken, but really there was just one empty bike between each bike. But like, you're in a spin class. Have you got, the sweat? Have you guys taken a spin class, Cofield?
You live in Las Vegas. Are you crazy?
My dad does.
Actually,
it was.
Okay.
I never have, but the SO has been going, so she gives me the reports on the gyms and working out. So I'm too lazy.
Who has been going in Vegas?
Yeah. She goes to a Pilates class that she says is kind of controlled, but it's real small, and she does spin. And I haven't heard any major complaints. She said, I think it's I forget which gym. But yeah, she said they manage it pretty decently.
A lot of the spin I've seen is moved outdoors, like under a tent. Right. But this was fully, which at that point you're like, man, maybe ride a bike. If you're like outdoors on a spin bike, like maybe at that point you want to just ride a bicycle.
Yeah. That's a good call. Yeah, I immediately canceled my gym membership. My gym wasn't like to my cleanliness expectations anyway. So then like once COVID happened, I was like, oh no. I cannot trust you guys to keep a non-COVID gym clean. So I will not be carrying on with you. But I got a Fitbit, so I'm good.
Oh, so you're
So how
just
I was going to say, I will. I'll hijack for a second because I wanted to go back to I think the most important thing about COVID coming up in terms of stay at home too, and then lockdowns. And California's going into further lockdowns and knocking it down to like 25% capacity or zero for restaurants. What do you think about curfews? What do you think about curfews?
Like the curfew idea.
Would you? How would you deal with a curfew? Everyone around the room. And who should enforce it? And then how would you deal with the enforcers?
I think it's a great idea because I think a lot of the bar restaurant problem is at night when people get drunk and then they stop socially distancing and everybody wants to hang out and be friends. I just witnessed it on Sunday. So at least the bars and restaurants could stay open and stay in business, but maybe that could like kind of bring down some of the mingling that happens after hours. How about that? I don't think it's a bad idea.
I don't like the curfew because it seems like the policymakers are throwing darts at a dartboard, and sometimes they're hitting, sometimes they're not. Like, it's in theory, it's a good idea because it's sending a message, hey, we need to limit these activities. But if it's not, I don't think it's effective. Like, I don't think it's going to do that much. It seems like you're trying to put a Band-Aid on a wound. And I saw someone here in the chat earlier, I think it was Ryan Hill, who just talked about, a lot of these intense protocols are for idiots. And straight up in my community, I've got one person who's just telling me the numbers are inflated and that the mask doesn't help. And I've got another person telling me that, well, now they're saying once Biden gets inaugurated, COVID's going to go away. And these are not random people. These are people that are like running. This is an individual who is running an athletic program at the high school where I do announcing for. Talking to him about our game's going to come back. They said, yeah, maybe after Biden gets inaugurated. So these aren't random people. But so
sweet educators. Awesome. Proud of that.
This person, not an educator, but in a position of power. My point being that the curfew is like, it's an effort, but the problem lies within for all these individuals that are just choosing to ignore it. The curfew is an attempt, but it's not enough.
That's pretty good. I mean, I'm not even really understanding, like you said, how they're enforcing this, and then I guess does it play off of if someone's working or not? And it's strange. And also for Vegas, that's really tricky. I mean, the 24-hour town thing is already severely impacted by this. So not just like convenience lifestyles, like people, the way they work, and a lot of people are up late, Steve being one of them. So what happens when Steve's hungry at 2 a.m? What's he supposed to do? Probably not the greatest.
I think that may have been a shot. I think that may have been a shot, and it was creative.
You cook it.
Exactly. That was a shot, and it was creative. But here's the thing. My house is stocked up for like a fucking, well, it's a pandemic. Yeah, I've been waiting for this. So my house is so stocked up with multiple freezers. The other thing I've seen is, let's see who I saw pictures from Willie Ramirez locally. Willie works for the AP, covers all the games around town. Ryan Green, who lives in OC, we're a friend of his. He actually works for Top Rank, so he's in town all the time. And they took pictures. Well, Willie took a picture of empty shelves, I think, at a Smith's. And Ryan Green just made a comment about Target having empty shelves. Why is this happening again? And is there any way these same people got through all the toilet paper they bought? Like, how much shitting do you do? Where is all this toilet paper going? And the other one is, what is it? Isopropyl alcohol, whatever it's called, right? For sanitizing, I guess. You can never get that. Like, what do people just have? Is their entire garage? They have extra rooms for all these supplies?
I don't get it, man.
What the fuck?
I don't get it.
I feel like we're going to start like tipping strippers with rolls of toilet paper or something. Like that's a real sign of wealth nowadays. If you've got toilet paper, I mean, I'm single, might want to talk. Hey,
got a roll.
Yep. Got to buy a lot of hot dogs. Hot dog
Yeah.
shelves aren't empty.
I
Yeah,
went
makes
grocery shopping 2 weeks ago and it was already happening. Like that was
Yeah.
before they said that we were going to go on
Makes no
lockdown. I was
sense.
telling my kid in the store, I feel like something's about to happen again. And then it was like 2 days later and they announced it. So, I mean, it ain't
What's
cool.
strange is that like it didn't do anything. It never helped anything. So like the first time around, like you have all this toilet paper, like Steve said. I don't get it. We're back here again.
Yeah.
I bought two. Let's see. At the beginning, when the TP panic started, I bought like a biggie from Costco, another big one from Smith's, and like another smaller pack. And I think we just got through it. And I bought that probably at the beginning of April, late March. So I don't know what people are doing because I 100% wipe my ass. Like I'm not dirty. The SO, I don't know about her, but we where I don't get it. I'm sorry. I know this is like this great conundrum that no one else is feeling, but I don't get
We're all feeling it.
Where all this toilet paper is going.
No, I don't get it either. I think it's totally just indicative of the reason why we're in COVID in the first place. There's just people that they're just dumb. Like they're just stupid. They don't know how to follow protocols. Like whoever's going and stocking up on toilet paper and the isopropyl alcohol, like you said, Steve, if this stuff were as widespread as we're seeing, don't you think COVID rates would go down? What just happened?
Wow. No, I just discovered I bought I hit Costco. I bought the 30 pack, and it was $16.49. It's up to $19.99 online. Here we go. Here we go. Price gouging.
That's value. You
Big
got the
deal
best
guy
number.
here.
You got the best number. I'm brain dead. I had something. Nope, it's gone.
Where's the hamster?
That's my problem.
Drink your way back to sanity with some Bud Light.
That was my first beer of the day. Okay.
The whole premise of this, supposedly, right, was supposed to be we were all gonna have like a drink in your hands when this late night happy hour started.
Happy hour. You're over drinking water. You drink seltzer, and you're drinking hot chocolate. All right, man up, ladies.
I'm having a tea.
Oh,
I'm
you
having
got
a tea.
Moscow Mule?
I don't have a Moscow Mule, but I have a lot of these cups. This is actually eggnog with some spiced rum.
Nice. All right.
A giant thing of high quality Kirkland spiced rum. Say it again, Allie.
Alex is having a tea.
Yeah, this is a ginger turmeric tea. I like to go with something herbal before bed.
I was hoping you would say like a mushroom tea, but okay, ginger turmeric. At least your
Before
joint.
bed.
I've got I fuck with some mushroom. Not like I like some mushroom tea from time to time, whether psychedelic or just like, there's a lot of mushrooms are kind of in vogue right now. Like mushroom coffee drinks. Have you seen those?
Right. Well, now psychedelic mushrooms are legal in Oregon, though, so maybe we should think about moving back up there.
100%. 100%. Definitely post-COVID doing a trip.
Now that rum is actually it's in a glass bottle. So it took me like 3 days to open it. My old man forearms and hands were like, can't do it. So finally, I actually went outside and got a giant pair of pliers, and I had to fucking open it with some rusty pliers. But I got my drink open. I got my rum open.
Dude, I opened a bottle of wine with my stiletto high heel once. Had to push it right on in there, but I got drunk that day. I'll tell you that. I got drunk that day.
I saw at Costco with the toilet paper, I saw multiple people with 2 of the 30 packs. Should I have fucked with them?
Totally. Oh, I remember what I was going to say is that some families have like 5 kids, like there's a lot of Mormon families and families with a ton of kids and blended families and stuff. So I always just try to tell myself that like, all right, you've got 5 kids plus you and your husband and your grandma all live in the same house. And that's why you need so much toilet paper.
I get it.
Like make myself sleep at night, but it's just you and the SO, so it's a lot different when you got a bunch of kids running around.
I know. I don't think of real people with real lives. Although I would say if you have 5 kids, something went wrong. But whatever.
Sure.
If that's what your religion tells you to do, then keep going. Mine did, and I pretty much bailed. So
fair enough.
Wait. What happened, Cofield?
No, I'm saying she's talking about lots of kids. I'm assuming. Well, there's a good chance they were Mormon. It's this part of the country, and I was suggesting Catholics, for the longest time, and let's don't masturbate, don't be pulling out, procreate. You know what?
That's right.
I'm a good person. I care about the earth. I'm not producing children.
That's Judaism too? I dated this guy named Shalom, and he said that Jewish or his sect of it. I'm just asking. I've got an Ari here. You guys are Jewish, right? Can I ask? They said he told me that Jews are only allowed to have sex if it's to have babies, and that's it. You're not allowed to have pleasure from it. It can only be to procreate.
There's all different, but here before Ari answers as the Jew expert, there's all different levels. There's all different levels.
That's why I was saying, in his sect of whatever, Judaism he came from, that was what he was saying his thing was. He's from Brooklyn. I don't know if that makes any difference.
Good chance he could he could be Hasidic. And to my knowledge, Ari doesn't talk about sex a lot and all his Tinder, stuff that he was going on about a year ago. He was out of control. But you're not a hole through the blanket guy.
Wait, what? And are you was that directed at me or?
Yes.
Okay.
That cracked me up.
Sadly, I don't know what you're talking about.
Have you not seen the Curb Your Enthusiasm?
No, I still have to. That's on my Cofield cinema list, and unfortunately, I have to get someone's HBO. I'll work on it, but you don't have to buy me anything, please. I'll take care of it.
It is actually a sheet, not a blanket. A blanket would be. You got to be packing to get through a nice thick blanket.
Yeah, unfortunately, the reference. Real quick, first are you sure his name was it Shlomo? I think not Shalom.
No, it was Shalom.
Actually, hello or peace.
It was Shalom.
It's literally
so much
naming your kid hello.
He was my way younger guy before I dated this way older guy, but I adored him, and he taught me so much about Judaism. I got into Kabbalah for a while. Just saying, but that always blew my mind, and it made me wonder. Okay, I know it's a stereotype, but is that why Jewish guys are so tight about their money because they can't?
Oh no, here we go.
I didn't.
By the way, I didn't play up any stereotypes at all. I was giving you facts that there are different levels of faith, and that's in every religion, and especially Judaism. But I didn't.
That'd be my answer here.
I didn't mention anything about budgets and spending money. Come on, Allie.
He's from Brooklyn, though.
I guess in the same sense, I'm kind of ignorant to my own religion on this. But I would assume that just like other religions, at that level, typical get married before you have sex. So I don't know about the pleasure thing. Doesn't sound right to me though.
You're not supposed to waste your seed. Razorback Scoop said it. I'm not crazy.
No, I'm sure. I'm saying. I'm
sure that Shalom banged it out. He wasn't saying that, so we didn't. It wasn't that. So I'm just saying, it was just something he was teaching me about his religion, I guess.
Sure. Yeah.
Oh, there's so much to unpack there.
I am breaking that law if that's the case.
Yeah.
Have broken.
Why am I mad at you?
QAnon, anti-Semitism. Next up, a long lecture about 4chan and the value of it. Cameron,
so much.
Mort Goldman. Mort Goldman.
I channeled this Jewish woman named Ruth, and she's got this whole backstory. And I've been here for Halloween for 3 years. So whatever. It's just part of what I do.
Yeah, Ryan, there's a whole lot to unpack. Alex, Ryan,
unpack it. You're I met this Jewish guy named Shalom, and right away I think we're all just this sounds questionable.
That's funny.
But you guys, he did waste his seed with you.
Totally.
Oh yeah, seed was wasted everywhere.
Really?
So did he lord that over you in the relationship? I wasted my seed for you.
No, I didn't even find out about that until we weren't that serious. He was, we weren't that serious, but we dated for, I don't know, it was a good 6 months. But it wasn't he was never moving in. He was too young for me. He was never moving in.
One of my biggest gripes with Judaism, and I totally get it. I just can't get on board. What is that? Is we're supposed to only marry within our religion.
Right.
And that just is difficult for me. It's hard.
Oh no! Now he's gonna go anti-Semitic on
This
Jewish.
segment.
Here we
This
go.
segment is so
It's just
problematic.
a preference. Just a preference.
We should just turn right. Let's just all turn
Well,
right.
we are turning right. We're turning
left.
very far right.
I tried to play off of this comment by Mark and LV with my power flicking, but no one took. I mean, Alex laughed at it.
Was that
Are-
what
are
that
doing-
was?
But I was also laughing at Ari beginning a segment with, "Here's my problem with Judaism." Just like, oh my god.
Maybe
I'm allowed to. Hey, that's how
Maybe
it
it's
works.
time
That's true. That's
maybe
true.
it's time for Alex and I to take over the stream tonight.
I just love when things get derailed.
You
like
guys
that.
can hang out in the green room and talk about your problems with certain people.
I'm
Okay.
intrigued by Judaism. That's all. I have nothing bad to say. Maybe a couple jokes, but
There's a lot of awesome things about it as well.
I think it's a fantastic and fascinating religion. I really do.
Religion is fascinating, and
And
learning
also
about
the BC Boys are like my favorite ever. So
other people's religion and faith and devotion is interesting. I'll leave it at that.
I do love learning about religion. I'll just chime in with that as well. Cofield, listener Brady or listener/viewer Brady, he tweeted something at us. It was a road rage video. It's titled from TMZ. Wild parking spot brawl in NYC turns into violent road rage crash. And he asked the percentage odds or the odds that you would be in one of those videos in the next 5 years. And everyone chimed in. And I think you listed yourself as a heavy favorite. I think you said minus 275 favorite to be in a road rage video.
Sure.
But are you a road rage guy? Because to me, you've always seemed a little bit kind, gentle, and benevolent. So I was a little bit surprised to see that so linked to you.
No, it's genetic. It's genetics. I like to get fired up. I like to honk the horn. So just rooting to not at this point get shot in the face with everyone in Las Vegas packing, because we've had a bunch of shootings, road rage shootings here. So got to be careful. I like to drive aggressively, defensive driving through offense. But I also like to call out people who are being dicks on the road. So, what are you going to do? But I think I told you, my father drove like 45 minutes, each way going back and forth to work and through like New Jersey and New York traffic, sometimes longer, hour and 20 minutes. And he kept a wrench underneath the seat. I was like, I don't think that's to fix shit. So.
And Brady asked which person he was in the video, and Steve simply replied, "Yes."
Yeah, it was. What were the choices? Let's see. Yeah, Brady said percentage chance of Cofield stars in one of these videos in the next 5 years. I'll get the video going here in a second. Just need a couple minutes, and then crap. Where's your listing? What were the listings? Oh, here. God damn it. Are you wielding the bat? Haunting the car or running someone over into a bakery? I said yes, but I don't. Running someone over, that's getting a little crazy.
I don't see you running someone over.
Taunting for sure. If there's a fight going on and I can egg it on more, then of course. Of course.
Can I ask from the chat though, unless we're still talking about this? Someone just asked, I get mad but hate horn honkers. I've never understood. I've been here close to 20 years now. I'm from the East Coast as well. I'm not quite as aggressive as Steve, but probably close to it, believe it or not. I wish if I did everything else like I drove, like attack, I would be great in life. Anyway, I don't understand why people have a problem with the horn, like actually using the horn. Like they'll just sit there and let things happen. Just like, gotta honk the horn. We gotta move.
Adam Hill.
I agree so strongly, Ari. I have a friend. He gets so mad when I use the horn. He gets so mad when he hears the horn. And it's like the horn is there for a reason. If you don't use it, you lose it. I don't get people. I don't get the horn haters. Like God gave you a horn, honk it,
The universe does not allow me to have a horn. I had a Mitsubishi Lancer for 13 years, no horn. Then I got a new VW Bug. Well, it wasn't new. It was new to me. VW Bug 5 years ago. After like 2 months of using it, horn breaks. Like the universe knows that my ass is going to get shot if I have a horn. So
you just yell out the window.
Also, I'm loud enough. I don't need a horn.
Connor says, I hate, yes, so much sunshine. Yep. Connor says, I hate horn honkers. Someone else threw out, how many times a day do I put up the finger? I've never been a flip the bird guy. Never.
What are
That's
you?
what the horn's for. That the
You're
horn.
just a horner, horny.
The horn. You know what? For a 50-year-old man, I mentioned my dad a lot in stories. I'll mention it one more time. He used to have junkers all the time because he commuted and it was like, hey, I'm going to beat the shit out of this car. So what's the point, right? So he had this orange like Ford pickup. I don't know, like a 78 Ford pickup or something. And I used the horn on some Jersey road, and I used it for so long because I also love the extended honk. Like I'll go 10 seconds.
Okay.
I'll go.
Wow.
And this orange pickup truck got stuck. The horn got stuck.
Oh,
So I'm just going,
wow.
like for minutes at a time.
So.
I also had another. I can't remember what car it was. It might have. I think I don't know what it was. I had an extended horn honk where the horn actually blew out. I broke the horn.
What did that sound like?
Use the horn so damn much.
It just kind of stopped and was and just died.
Horny Steve.
Yeah, got to use it, man. Someone's got to run these roads. Metro can't do it all. I'm a good citizen. I'm trying to help out.
I do wish there was two horns. Like
Why?
one for a
Different
good, like
levels of intensity, like a please move, get the F out of the way horn.
a
Or like,
complimentary horn and a negative, like a like go ahead, thank you for letting me over, thank you for your service, and a fuck you horn. Like I wish there was two, a positive and a negative horn.
I like that
Okay.
idea.
I actually have some really interesting ideas while we're on this. There's two. I want, and no one uses their signal, and to me that is far worse crime than anything we're talking
Oh,
about.
that kills me too.
Aggravating thing ever. But I am a proponent of some type of a U-turn signal, where it's basically telling you, like, yes, I'm turning left, but I'm actually going to make a U-turn here.
That's
So you
great.
don't have to slam on the brakes. Because if you're like Steve and you're like, okay, turn the hell out of my way. Don't steal my invention. All 20 of them.
How has this not been thought of? Like, our seats heat themselves, like, why hasn't anyone thought of the utilitarian purposes of horns and blinkers and how to improve on them,
I think car manufacturers and people are more obsessed with comfort and convenience than actually utilitarian features. I think
Right.
that's the problem.
Right. I'm from Houston. We drive like a-hole. I lived in NASCAR country, like our freeways are 75 miles an hour, and that's like a suggested minimum, basically. So I get it. I drive fast and furious. That's how I roll.
That's a good point. We went from discussing Judaism to junker cars. All right. I don't know. There's a rundown, but I think Alex accused me of hijacking earlier. So keep going, Alex. I'm out.
Oh no! I said I like when you hijack. I like it, and this is on the rundown.
Let's see where it goes. From here. No offense
This is
taken.
No. I truly prefer when Jesus take the wheel. I think Cofield take the wheel. The last thing I was going to say about the road rage thing is that it's just funny because I know, Steve, last week you started this sort of new thing, and I don't know if you're still doing it, like trying to get to know people, like being nice. You started that last week, and I haven't seen much of that from you today. But I just think it's funny because I see Brady tweet that, okay, what are the odds that Steve's in this road rage video and does something violent? And I hear stories, or I see stories in the chat, but I don't really, it just reminds me, like, I don't really know you because I only talked to you on this late night happy hour. And the one time we met in real life in Vegas, I was like blacked out drunk. So I'm always just like, I think of you as like this kind, gentle man, but then it's like, no, Cofield carries like a loaded handgun under his seat in his car in case things.
I didn't say that.
You didn't say that. I'm just reading between the lines.
No. Not a gun person.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you and I shared multiple corn on the cobs.
I know it. I'm just saying it's funny because
That's
I don't.
how we
It's
are.
like I think I know you, but then I truly don't. And so it's just like funny how life works out.
A lot of depth. Let's find out about Ari tonight. Let's learn more about Ari.
Yeah.
He's a fascinating character.
Oh,
At
yeah.
times he lives a tortured existence. We know he's competitive. He's got pride.
What's left?
Ask
I
away.
love Ari. I've always been a fan of Ari.
Thank
I
you,
know
Alex.
you like
Likewise.
getting shit talked about is kind of your shtick, but like I think
It
you're
is.
fantastic. So
I
for what it's
mean-
worth, there you have it.
Thank you, and likewise.
Well,
Oh, Steve's
thanks.
gone now. What do we do? What
Should
did
we
you
hold
want to
out?
know?
No.
Earlier, he asked. Earlier, he said he wanted to bring up my take on gift giving. So I don't know. That's on the rundown.
what is it?
Alex?
No, please.
Oh.
What is your take on gift giving?
Well, we brought it up. Somehow we were talking about it. Somehow we were talking in a break, like casually, which is defeating itself. I'm kind of over it. I don't know how else to say that. My family lives in Pennsylvania. My parents are older. I don't talk to my oldest brother, unfortunately. That, by the way, is a byproduct of my fantastic divorce. So, Steve, if you're listening, that's one of the reasons. But so it's just not like a thing. And we're not in each other's lives enough. This part actually stinks, like to really know, like, what do you get? You know what I mean? Like, what do you get for these people? So that's one thing. As far as family, we do cards here and there, but it's a dysfunctional family, being honest. As far as like friends and stuff, Jared, who I work with, is like super gift giving guy, and he gave me like 3 gifts last year, and I always like the thing is me and Adam always feel like we're obligated to give the gift back, and like does anyone disagree with that? Even if you didn't want it, like you can't just take a gift and then just be like, thanks, buddy, right?
So that was a lengthy explanation. I'll just jump in and you guys can react, and the chat room can react. Adam and Ari, as he just said, they hate getting gifts because they feel like they're obligated to give a gift back. So when you give them a gift, they're actually unhappy. I've never heard of it, but they're both on board with this. I knew Adam was, and now Ari, the last couple of years, like they're both like, I hate getting gifts because then I have to buy someone back. I'm like, all right.
Can I tell a quick story? I'll make it quick too. Jared bought me after I had expressed how much I disliked the whole gift giving thing, and he's like totally like he loves giving gifts and hugs and all these things that I can't stand, right? And after I expressed that, like something came around, I don't know if it was Christmas or what, but Tyler, his host, gave him a $25 gift card to Chick-fil-A, which he doesn't like. So he gave that to me and was honest and was like, but like I'm gonna give it to you, like as a gift, whatever. So then I felt obligated. So what did I do? I took my $25 or however much, $40 I had at Lee's Liquor, was it? Lee's Discount Liquor, and I bought him because the guy loves alcohol. I bought him a bottle of whatever, I did my homework, asked him casually and found out, and bought him the same bottle. Like, it just seems so silly to me at that point. What are we doing? Like, there was no need. So
You're not obligated to do that. That's like if we went out and you buy me drinks and now I'm obligated to like kiss you goodnight or something. Like it's not the
that's
same
not the
thing.
same.
But
It's like specific. It's not like an arbitrary gift though. I'm talking about like for the holidays, for you know what I mean? That's a whole nother problem, is like randomly like, hey, here's this gift. I just thought of you or whatever. But this is like for holidays or birthdays. What else? There was some other thing too. I forget. But it was like, we got to do gifts. So I'm just not on board with that.
Yeah, I don't like all the crap. Like for the last few years on Christmas, I've told family members, please don't get me like random stuff. Don't get me junk because it accumulates. Like I'd rather just not get anything. And so I do feel that I don't want to get a gift. I'd rather have a thoughtful gift than just random stuff. But that being said, I do like giving gifts. I've been told by multiple ex-girlfriends that I'm very bad at giving gifts, but I do like it. I'm just not good at it. I'm really bad at the timing. I'm usually like, sometimes I'll give a birthday gift a month late because I didn't have the right thing at that time. There's like this arbitrary deadline, and I'd rather put a little more thought. Or I've been told,
no freaking year. It was my birthday, and then a year went by. Now it's my birthday. So why are we a month later now? No. That doesn't fly. No.
I'm admitting that it's a fuck up on my part, but
well, just don't get the gift, is what I'm saying. Just don't get it. Take someone out to dinner. Like if it's a girlfriend birthday situation, just take them out to dinner.
Yeah.
That's easy. Boom. Can I take you out for your birthday? Sweet. We both win, right? Just saying.
no, for sure.
When I was in a relationship, oh, go ahead.
No. You go ahead, Ari. I want to hear about your relationship.
When I was in a relationship, she was like a creative gift giver, and it did challenge me too. And I like, at our peak or whatever, it was cool. We would get, and a lot of it was like a trip somewhere or something like that. We would do, and they were things that both of us could enjoy. So like there was a moment there. It's cool, but if you're not on the same page with people, and that's a relationship, that's different.
What if you make it awkward for the other person? Like if you just buy like a big box of condoms, and then during holiday season, anytime anyone gives you a gift, you're just like, thanks, man. And you hand them a condom. And then maybe next year they won't give you a gift. And at least you can now feel like you gave them something in return, something like that.
And I'm promoting safe sex at the same time.
Exactly. Everybody wins.
There you go.
Although in your family, they might not want to waste the seed.
I'm a gift giver. Maybe that's what you could give, bottled seed.
Oh my God.
I went there. I'm with Cofield. I'm all for giving gifts. Like I mean, I'm not going to spend a ton. I'm also an artist though. So I'm going to make some shit, I'm going to find some picture frame and glue some shells on it or something with my kid and make something. But I mean, I get it. I don't think you should feel bad about getting gifts, and I definitely don't feel like you should feel obligated to return gifts.
I just like, for example, last year I was at Barnes & Noble on Christmas Eve with my little brother who's 20, or he's 21, but he was 20 at the time, and he's buying like my mom a cookbook and my dad a business book, and I'm like, bro, this is just you feel this is some arbitrary, like I have to get mom this gift. Like there's no thought. It's Christmas Eve. You feel this obligation, and I guarantee both those books are sitting dusty on some shelf somewhere.
Yeah.
At that point, I don't want that gift, nor do I want to give that gift. And so just to answer the question, I love giving gifts. Like I really do. And I've tried this year. I've tried to make a better effort to be a gift giver because it's like something I like. But like I said, my timeliness is off. Understandable.
All right. What's next?
Yeah, let's move on.
Okay, no more gift giving. No more gift giving.
Now I will jump in because the attitude of Adam and Ari drive me nuts. So Adam has his own challenges. We won't get into it. I understand he has a reason the holidays disturb him, and his brother's on here, and his brother has his reasons. But after the year we've had, like, you don't think it's cool to give someone a gift that you've actually thought about? That's nice.
Okay, well,
I freaking love the holidays. I'm currently constructing the freaking Griswold house outside. Like, I've got all these lights, and day to day I'm putting up, little freaking inflatables. I had this great light I bought last year on clearance for like $10. It was like 30. I just opened it up this year. That's like a little gift for myself, and the lights are all over the house. I freaking love the holidays. Every day we're watching a holiday movie. I'm doing reviews on the air. That's going to be coming up. And I like giving gifts to people, and none of it has anything to me. Like in Ari's case, Ari, you're thinking like the worst in people. Like you just assume everyone's being a dick by giving you a gift. Like fucking Ari didn't give me a gift back. That's not why. That's not why people give gifts. You don't need reciprocation.
I know, but and also it's like literally like 2 or 3 people. I'm not getting many gifts, and I will say, like, I'm not really like, oh, Steve, gift giving's lame, on your end. Like I've done it before in periods of my life, but at this point, yes, I am like basically just in my own shell, and I don't. Yeah, that's all. Like, there's no need. That's all. But it's a good point you make there. I'm not ungrateful. It's a nice thing. It's just kind of weird.
I'm shaming Ari into saying something nice about it, but deep down, it's like fucking asshole.
Well, I want to know, Steve, what did you get Ari and Adam last year?
It's funny. I don't think I got him anything because I waited until the last minute, and I know, right? I set up the whole story. I was going to get everyone the same gift because I think it's a great gift. Ari, do you remember? I don't think I gave you something because I waited until the last minute. I had a weed dispensary here that actually had gift cards. I bought folks gift cards 2 years ago, and I thought it was the coolest thing ever. I'm like, just go buy your own weed, or whatever. Here's $50 in a weed card, and then I go to the same place, and they're like, yeah, we got to get rid of that. And it was like, I waited until the last minute. So this year, I'm not. I have no idea if I'm getting anything for the staff. All you bah humbugs, I have no idea. But this year, I'm on this so much earlier. I actually started looking for ideas like 2 months ago. So I've got like a whole list of ideas and little cool things. So we'll see what happens. We'll see if I procrastinate and blow it again. But
it's weird.
I'll give you an example. Because all it takes is a little bit of listening. And I'm not trying to guilt people, but because you do what you want. And it's also been a shitty year, so maybe people don't have money, right? I've done more than fine this year. It's been a good year. So, I like giving stuff. But like I was talking to my parents the other day, and they're like, "Yeah, we can't." I was going to do a bad impression of my mom and rip her, but she's like, "Well, because they moved to a little more remote location," and she's like, "Yeah, if there's only so many restaurants around here that'll deliver. If it's like 10 miles away, it's too far. We won't get it." And immediately I was like, "Okay, well, let me look into like getting a Grubhub gift card." So I don't even know if she'll remember that she told me she couldn't get food, for more than like 8 miles away. But I was like, that's a good gift, So
that is a really good gift. That is
I
really.
get on my soapbox, and then I talk about Christmas, and then tomorrow I will go out and honk at a bunch of people trying to get them to run me over. So it's a mixed bag, my friend. It's a mixed bag.
You're a well-rounded individual.
Santa yells
at my bartender friends. I'll get them like a lighter with whoever their football team is, and then like twist them a joint in a pack of paper. So I'm like, boop, there you go. There's your tip for the year. Easy peasy.
Gift cards are pretty good, but no, I do like the idea. You can really, if you're cool with someone and you want to do something nice for someone, you're right. There are, if you care. That's why someone in the comments did say that to Alex. It's true. Like you do have to put a lot of thought, and if you care about someone enough, like you'll do it. I've done it before in life. By the way,
I just don't want to give shitty gifts.
Yeah.
It's amazing how like birthday, we don't even come a gift. We can't even mention it. Like, so I don't know if I think last year, I don't know, man. Honestly, you've got me plenty of things, so I don't think that there was any kind of.
I don't remember what if I did anything. I do remember procrastinating one year, and I was like, shit. I went to go buy him, and then nothing happened. It was a bummer. It was a total bummer. You know what you can do, Ari? You can help me come up with gift ideas for all our regulars, because we owe these people for coming on and doing our show.
Good idea.
So start thinking about it.
So Justin's going to be some golf, but
don't go something
really pricey.
Don't go something too pricey though. All right, we're not
exactly. Yeah.
I already have a pee funnel, so don't get me another one.
You can use them new one every year for cleanliness purposes. No,
I keep that sucker clean.
All right. Let's not get in trouble with Twitch anymore, please.
No.
Pee funnel.
No.
You guys want to talk sports or food? Sports or food?
Food.
Both.
Food. Can I vote too?
Good.
I'll vote sports, but maybe it's something we can hit before we get out of here. I think the James Harden against Tillman Fertitta story is awesome.
Let's hit it. Food. Let's hit it right now.
No, do food.
Let's hit it. Okay. There was a poll released that's been making the rounds. I know we talked about this last week with the Thanksgiving food?
Yeah.
I enjoyed that Thanksgiving sides. And there's a lot of BS on there. I told you guys my problem with a lot of these maps that make the rounds on Twitter is that I don't trust the sources of their data, but I think it's good food for thought, no pun intended. And this map was of America's favorite food chains, America's most popular food chains, broken down by state. And again, I think there's a lot of BS on here. Like, I don't think half of this is true. We'll start with Nevada. In-N-Out Burger. Is In-N-Out Burger the most popular food? And I don't think it has to be fast food, because California is Denny's, which technically wouldn't be fast food. Maybe they call that fast casual. I'm not sure. But either way, Denny's is not the most popular in California. So they're right there. I'm questioning their data. And I'm curious, is In-N-Out the most popular food chain in Nevada?
I would say that for tourists, I always have people coming in town that are like, oh, we got to eat an In-N-Out burger. There's literally one across the street for like I could walk there, and I've eaten there one time when they first opened. It's gnarly. I don't get it, but people go ape shit for it when they come in town. Do you find that, Ari? Like people?
Yeah, and a couple things, like there's always a line. I mean, like, and not at random times, but like not right at dinner time. Like I've gotten off of work at like 8 p.m. That's not really like prime dinner time, and it's just like a line out like around the corner. Also, I don't know if this is still accurate or true. The Trop 15 location, I was told, was did the most volume in all of North America. Again, I don't know if I can back that up.
I can believe that.
for In-N-Out Burger.
Yeah, there's a lot of hype, and Allie made a good point about tourists. So I mean, I guess it's
been there a long time too.
But it does feel kind of like it feels dirty to have that as our like.
My thing is that with In-N-Out is like if all you're gonna do is hamburgers and French fries and milkshakes, then you need to do them so much better than you're doing them. You know, like you're really just screwing the pooch there. In-N-Out Burger.
In-N-Out to me,
huh?
You get I feel like you get exactly what you. It's like it's inexpensive compared to a lot of stuff. I feel like you are getting like I don't know what the analogy to use, but it's exactly what you're getting, no more, no less.
I love In-N-Out Burger.
It's
I love
solid.
it's the pride.
You all do.
I'm a it's from Baldwin Park, California.
I think of Leroy's Chicken and Waffles when I think of California food. Like that's the place I want to go eat. That's my In-N-Out Burger.
Roscoe's.
Roscoe's, there it is. I don't know.
Leroy's.
Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles. That place is bad.
Roscoe's is really great. I used to live walking distance from the one in Long Beach. I love Roscoe's. So let me ask you this then: what would be the most popular chain you think in Nevada?
See, and that's a problem. I don't have like I was thinking like, okay, if not In-N-Out, then like what? And nothing just like popped into my mind. You know what I would say, and I hate this, but there's a PT's on like every block. And every time you go, it's the most generic like drink food. Hey, you want to grab a drink? Let's go to PT's. Or there's a PT's over there, Alex. It's called. It's owned by like a larger company, Golden Gaming, and they have like 50 plus locations just in the valley, as we call it, like in the greater Las Vegas area alone.
That's a really good answer. Roberto's. J Vegas is Roberto's. That's a good one too.
Hey Alex, if you don't know about PTs, it's actually the radio stations, one of our biggest backers, and JT the Brick is a big time spokesperson for PTs. So there you go.
Shout out to PTs. I gotta try it.
Yeah, it's like keeping a lot of people employed at Lotus.
That's why we go there. As the
a lot of good nights at PTs.
I love this
Brought
phrase.
to you by PTs, but no longer.
I love this phrase Steve uses. This is a clunky segue, but my biggest travesty, or one of them on the map, was like Maine and Long John Silver's, because I don't know anything about seafood, but isn't like Maine like a seafood, like they have the lobsters and all that, right? So like, why would like you mean to tell me in like the seafood capital of the world? I don't know if that's really it, but like that's where they're going. It just doesn't add up to me.
For sure. And I think
like Pizza Hut in New York or something like that.
I think just to add on to that, I'm actually looking up right now because I'm curious where Long John Silver's began. So they started in Lexington, Kentucky in 1969. It doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense to me that Long John Silver's, like you said, Ari, if you have a plethora of fresh seafood options in a place that's known for lobster rolls, why is a Kentucky-based subpar? I've never been a fan of Long John Silver's. How is that the most popular in your state? I don't get it. I disagree.
Well, I mean, I can get it in that if seafood is the main thing that you eat in your state, that you're going to need seafood that's like fast and cheaper and ready to go. Like in Texas, we eat a lot of burgers. We need faster burgers, kind of thing. So I get it. Whataburger is a good call for Texas. It was in my head. It was between Whataburger and Dairy Queen, because there's a saying in Texas that you're not a real town in Texas unless you got a Dairy Queen. But Whataburger's the spot. So.
How embarrassing.
So I can give it to Maine on that. You can't always go out and get your lobster.
Can we? Yeah.
Ari, why is it embarrassing?
I
Whataburger.
Oh
What
no, the other one.
Not Waterburger. It's Whataburger.
New York, New Jersey. It's Whataburger. What?
I think that's the one that makes the most sense to me because really, like with this map, I disagree with the data. Like exactly what you said, Ali. What would you have? Or sorry, what you said, Ari. What would you have? A Pizza Hut in New York, and you've got Sbarro in New York, where clearly there's better pizza options located throughout the region.
Oh, you mean? Wait, are you saying Sparrow won?
Yeah,
not
that's
one. Oh my goodness, I was actually just like randomly saying.
Yeah,
because New York
so this
is a
map.
good.
This map's bullshit.
I don't think I ever saw an In-N-Out in Washington or Oregon.
There's 3 in Oregon now. But they
I don't
opened in the
remember
last.
The Dunkin' Donuts makes sense to me because they do so much volume of coffee alone. I mean, statistically, I guess that would be like somewhat feasible. I guess.
You did look at who put out this map, right?
Yeah.
Like, do you not see the logo in the upper right corner?
Barstool, yes, and it's from months ago too.
You're being completely fucking trolled in many of the states. They listed a place that is just going to piss people off so that their map gets out there. It's brilliant. But yeah, you're talking about one of the states that is best known for pizza, and it's Sbarro. New Jersey is loaded with Italians and Italian restaurants, and Olive Garden is the favorite fast food of New Jersey. Pennsylvania,
we're being trolled. We're being trolled.
Yes. Pennsylvania is known for cheesesteaks, and Ari, you would call them what? Grinders instead of subs, right? Actually, hoagies. No, hoagie. He totally did.
Yeah, you're right. Hoagies. You're right.
Hoagies, grinders, cheesesteaks, subs. So Subway is the choice.
Subway. Yeah.
You see the method behind the madness, right?
Well done. Did Steve make this map?
I should have. And my favorite is there some unknown? Is there an unknown Filipino population in Michigan?
I
Jollibee
was wondering about that.
in Michigan.
I didn't even
Really?
know.
I've
Yeah.
never heard of that.
Have you guys had Jollibee?
No.
No, they did open. I don't know if it's the only one in Vegas, but there's one on like Rainbow and at Russell, almost to the 215.
We have like 5 here. There's
Oh,
one.
really?
On, there's one on the west side by Sahara and Fort Apache, and I know there's one inside of one of the Asian markets, like actually in a grocery store. And I'll have to look up the new one that just opened up. So we have 4 or 5 here. So
Home of the famous Chicken Joy. What's a Chicken Joy? I want one.
yep. Look at Galactus 7.
Good endorsement.
Jollibee's legit.
I'm on their website. I've never heard of this in my life.
Look at the menu. Look at the other menu items. You got some spaghetti there? Got a little spaghetti? What's the spaghetti?
Fried chicken, other chicken, and then some chicken.
By the way, not cheap either.
Mango pies, a bucket of chicken, spaghetti, and 3 peach mango pies.
Yeah,
That sounds amazing.
it's Filipino food, man. It's great.
You know where I've really been wanting to go? Is Zaxby's. Have you guys been to Zaxby's?
We don't have them. They're more based in the South. So we've got Raising Cane's kind of dominating here.
We've got Cane's here.
I think Zaxby's is right there with it.
We've got a lot of Cane's. Cane's is all over the place here in SoCal now, but Zaxby's advertises a lot during college football Saturday.
Oh yeah,
Obviously, also the Zaxby's Heart of Dallas Bowl. But I did some research, and I think the closest Zaxby's to both Vegas and Southern California, I think, is in Dallas. So it'll be a minute, but I'm trying to get to a Zaxby's soon.
Actually, I know that we've uncovered this whole troll thing, but if really Raising Cane's would probably be the real Nevada.
Once we said it out loud, I thought the same thing. It's Raising Cane's.
Hold on. Look at what these pricks did. Did you see the Chick-fil-A run here and they break it up with KFC?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Chick-fil-A is based in goddamn Georgia.
Yeah,
Popeyes
this is fucked
in
up, dude. I'm pissed off now.
And then Brady's right. Boston market for Massachusetts. Yeah, it's not very.
And what is Kentucky? Speaking of KFC. The Bojangles?
Oh, that's a good point. They flipped. They didn't do Kentucky Fried Chicken. They did Chick-fil-A in Kentucky.
My geography is not
Oh, is
so
that
Bo-
Kentucky? I thought Bojangles was Kentucky. And Long John's Tennessee.
Now, Bojangles is North Carolina.
South
Look at these sons of bitches. Skyline is in West Virginia, but it's not in Ohio. I mean, come on. What are we doing here?
Yeah,
But they got
I'm
us talking
sorry.
about- got us talking. Fuck that logo. Hide that shit. There, it's gone now.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Look, they've got they won't do. Watch. Son of a
Bubba Gum
bitch. They've got some kind of trigger on there. We can't hide the logo.
bastards.
But I would say that I like the discussion of the regional fast food chain.
Yeah.
And I'll defend In-N-Out Burger all day long, Allie.
I don't know why. You're paying too much for crap.
It's not expensive.
No, you're
it's
paying
very
just
fairly priced.
No, it's not. Oh, it's like not. It was. No, it's not.
They pay their employees a living wage.
I remember bitching though when the place finally opened. My kid wants to go there, so we go there and we get like each a burger, fries, and a shake, and it was like $35. It was like ridiculous, $25, whatever it was. But I remember bitching about it for like 2 days, like because I had a stomach ache too, and I was like, I paid so much money to feel like shit, and God, never again.
Alex makes a good point that I meant to say earlier that really makes me happy about In-N-Out is they are taken care of genuinely, because like, has anyone in this chat room ever gone to an In-N-Out and had anything less than like, oh, hey, how are you? Thanks for asking. Like, it's very polite. If you are a guy like me that just wants, lettuce and onion only, they don't shame me. They just say, sure. They're very nice. They're really well taken care of. So that kind of,
They shame you on the back though. You're laughed at.
right. Well, that's okay. They're allowed to.
Shaming you, yeah.
But yeah, I think that's kind of cool, and it does speak for your service when you take care of people like that, and their service is pretty good. I think overall, it's just slow.
Cheeseburger for $2.25.
Service, your fast food. Being slow isn't good, sir. I don't know. I don't care about your service. I just want to talk to you for 3 minutes and get a burger out of your window and move on with my life and not feel like crap and like spend half my paycheck on it. Like I said before, if all you're gonna do is burgers, fries, and milkshakes, you need to step your game up.
So I wanted to say one
$3.25
thing
for double.
for anyone that's like either worked in restaurants or went to school. The business model is incredible. Like that is just, you have barely any waste. Like your overhead is 100. Like it's amazing. You can really, like, when you know exactly what your menu is, you don't have like extra chicken where we have to get rid of it or it's going to go bad, stuff like that. So that part's genius to me.
All right.
It'll be around forever probably.
But the business model is do 3 things and do them really, really well. And that's where I'm falling short, is the doing it.
They're all right.
I think it's
Solid.
great. I think it's a quintessential part of the Southern California experience. I'm a very prideful Californian, and I'll go to war for them.
All right.
Right.
Grab your ketchup packets and go. Do you ever twist them really, really tight and then throw them at a wall and they blow up? I'm just
No, I don't eat ketchup.
a wartime thing for me.
When I was 12,
Did you hear what he said? Did you hear what Ari said?
You know I don't eat ketchup. Or you do now.
Why
Nothing
don't you eat
tasty,
ketchup?
nothing cheesy, no condiments, plain.
My best girlfriend, the one that was in town from Alabama, who I got sick hanging out in her hot tub, she cannot stand ketchup. Like, can't be on the plate, can't be on the table. Like, she can't. She's a phobia of ketchup, and it's the weirdest thing. Freaking ketchup.
I mean, if you share fries with me, like, and someone puts the ketchup on that, like, I mean, if I can, I'll pick around it. It's not that serious. But I don't
Wow.
want it. I'm not eating
Fair
those fries. No, man. Yeah, I'm like, not a
I'm saucy. I want every sauce you got. Like, I'm gonna double dip. I'm gonna mix it up. I want it all. I'm a saucy girl.
Flavor saver.
I'm a flavor saver.
All right.
Aw.
Good night, Ken.
What about you, Alex? To sauce or not to sauce? That is the
I'm
question.
all about the sauces. I mean, that's something I really like about Chick-fil-A is the variety of sauces you can choose from. I like sauces more than the things you dip in them, honestly.
I agree.
That seems to be a popular opinion.
Yeah.
See you, Kent.
Ari wouldn't know.
Yeah, like I'm on the outside, like, wow, a lot of people other than me feel that way.
When I turned in high school, I was a vegetarian for God, even into college for years. But there would be these times where I was craving meat, and I would just like take a good swig out of an A1 steak sauce bottle, and that would like get me over the hump.
wow.
That seems really extreme.
Oh, it's good. Sometimes you crave meat, like you can literally feel your teeth watering.
Maybe like a bite of a sandwich or something.
I'll do it.
Weird.
Are you guys ready for the grand finale video time?
Yes.
Oh, this.
Don't judge.
So, Steve, I don't know if you saw my original comment. I was like, I'm not even watching the video. It's 95% sure Steve would do this. And then I watched the video. It was like, whoa.
Maybe not. Okay, here we go.
No, dude, that's wrong.
Does it seem like a real bat? Does it seem like a real bat to you, or is that like a taped up wiffle bat?
Well, if
Let me
you
rewind
progress a little more.
It doesn't look like it hurts. Does it knock someone out eventually?
No, that's what I was gonna say. This dude, like you'll see in a minute, takes a pretty good licking from it and then just goes right back. And I like bats are no joke. I mean, especially if it's like an aluminum bat, you're hitting the ground.
1, 2, 3.
That one in particular.
By the way, that would be my role. I want noise around them to get them more agitated. So just honking the horn, you hear someone just like they're like, I think they're like, stop. Meanwhile, you're just getting them like more fucking fired up.
Yeah, just.
That's the Steve that we know, Alex.
I like
I would
It's
that.
take
over.
my BMW the F out of there.
All right. Looks like it's over. It's all done. Come on, dude. Leather jacket. Get out of the way.
Shit. Oh, shit.
Can I tell you? I have no problem with that.
That's what
Oh
you get.
my god.
Guy is with a baseball bat and he's fucking with someone in a car. You got to think that through.
Yeah, yield the tonnage, dude.
Like I'm gonna get him. Maybe not. Now he's got a better weapon than you in the baseball bat, brother.
And it's self-defense, so F off.
So
Yeah.
I would have loved to see a little bit like before the video started. Are we gonna can we ask Justin about this? Because I'm really curious, like is this Chinatown?
Yeah, it is. I was thinking the same thing.
Kind of interesting.
I mean, it's definitely that's an illegal escalation of force. A baseball. I mean, we always talk. Just so you know, Alex, our legal insider, Justin, we love talking video fights, and we're like, hey, if someone does this, can you do this? Like, what's the next level? But like, knife to gun, might be something that's acceptable. Baseball bat to car is the driver's probably in trouble. Let's watch it one more time.
I don't know.
Good speed.
I also don't think that's I think the commenter who said that the cane is or an
Yeah.
umbrella is correct.
Yeah, I agree.
You think it's an umbrella?
It's not a Louisville Slugger.
Yeah.
Pickle, you say that just because of the fact that like taking a licking from a bat like that, you're not gonna. I actually had a friend murdered and he was hit with a bat like 8 times. That's how they did it.
Oh my
It was
god.
really bad. Like there was no.
This is such a bold move because you reverse to potentially get into charging position. There's a bus there that could T-bone you. And the person is so focused that the eye on the prize here. Now watch. All right, right there, that step by the guy with the bat, he's like, all right, I might be in trouble. But he started to have a little giddy up.
Well, isn't it by Las Vegas rules that like if you get hit by a car and you're outside of a crosswalk that like it's your fault because you're jaywalking? So
Oh,
Oh, this guy's jaywalking.
And he's jaywalking. So
Yeah, I never saw him, officer. That guy's walking in the middle of the road. I was trying to do another U-turn.
sorry.
So what if I accelerated?
What movie was that?
Signal. I
Wow, that is such good accuracy.
Committed, man.
It's like a fucking video game. The problem is, you know, while you're raging there, you're also hitting other people. It looks
That's
like
the problem.
looks like a beautiful stand of watermelons. You could have damaged that.
That is like a video game. The watermelon stand, like right next to the glass
Right.
window. That's like,
and the fact that the car almost looks like it's like parked perfectly in like a
yeah, that is some
That's
Grand
funny.
Theft Auto shit right there.
right.
I would have maybe just nicked him, you know.
I was just assuming like he was just gonna kind of like, you know, tap him and then whatever from there. I did not see that coming.
I wish I could have seen those watermelons squash everywhere. That would have been epic.
Like Gallagher.
Brady, thank you so much, man. Like I'm in a good mood already. I'm gonna go hang up some lights now. But that man, that's. Meanwhile, Alex is just devastated.
Again, Alex. Steve.
He's like, Cofield is fucked up.
Yeah, well, yeah, a little bit, but I think you're right. I think if someone's whacking my car with a bat or a cane, I mean, cane is iffy, but if someone had a legit Louisville Slugger or a college baseball issued metal bat, and they're whacking my car, you've seen my car. I have a lot of pride in my car, 1985 station wagon. Someone's fucking that up. Well, I got to be gentle. They take a hit from my vehicle, and that is going to be curtains for them. So
I was just going to say that your car would pulverize bones upon impact. Your
Dude,
car's
it's pure steel, dude.
It might be the heaviest car right now in the state of California.
It might be. Outside of like in terms of the car. What'd you say?
I said, does Gavin Newsom know you have that car?
I'm trying to take it away. Obama's trying to take my guns, and Gavin's trying to take my car.
But also, you just saw this guy like get into an altercation with other people, you know? Like, it's not like someone just randomly approaches you. Like, he just got in a big fight with other people, and now he's coming up to me? Oh, no.
I wonder. No. Oh, sorry. This isn't, I mean, this is a reach, but it's really not at this point. I wonder if there were drugs and or alcohol involved. Really, alcohol is what
Yeah.
like there could have been some fired up whatever people.
Oh yeah.
That never helped.
China. Oh, no, that's Japanese. I was going to say probably some sake. That's wrong culture. I've insulted enough cultures. For
Yeah,
one
you're
night.
really just on a tear, on a cultural tear from the Far East to the Middle East, fucking shit up.
It's all in jest. I
Is
love
it a
it.
Volvo? No, I'm curious too. The
It's not a
85
Volvo.
wagon.
It's America. It's a Mercury. It is probably Cofield's right. Outside of like semi trucks and like trucks, in terms of like actual cars, it is probably the heaviest car on the road in California.
I bet that's a tank, man.
It's a tank. It's a tank, but I would have to think twice about pulling a similar move to that vehicle there because because I'd kill someone, man.
Boy, this got real dark at the end.
Do we
Cofield,
know
by the
what
way,
happened? Did the guy stand up and run away, or is he like pinned to the wall inside of that store? Like, do we know what happened to the guy?
Someone
Good
look it up. 'Cause I didn't see anyone. I saw it looked like someone innocent bystander got knocked down to the left side of that window. But you're right. Probably took a ride for another 60 feet and was laying in front of the car in the whatever business that was, if it was a bakery.
cars are terrible, man. Cars are terrible.
People are terrible.
Yeah, cars are just fine. I'm from Texas. We love cars. Cars are our thing. Cars and guns. I'm not into guns.
Well, all right, and there's an interesting thing because I'm not either, but I will say if someone calmly was just like, okay, everybody, like this is done, like pulled out a gun, that's how that works. But I mean, that's often
Wait,
not.
what?
Like as an equalizer, like I don't like guns because it never happens this way, but I am thinking like if they worked the right way, then whoever wanted this to stop could be like, yo, like, and pull their gun out and just like aim and be like, yo, like this ends right now, whatever. I'm not shooting anybody, but you know what I mean? Like,
Oh, like
Right.
a good Samaritan with a gun is
Stop
like
swinging
Yeah,
the bat.
everybody.
or even one of, no, I'm saying one of the people involved.
Right.
I don't know. hard because the way it starts, but whoever's involved in it.
Yeah, just like
That is-
even a warning shot. Hey, everyone, get your shit together. Yeah.
But
That is
again,
like the NRA's fantasy right there.
it's what?
I said that's like the NRA's fantasy. If there was just a good guy with a gun, we wouldn't have all these problems.
But no, I'm completely saying, like, after saying that, yes, like that's never the case. That would never happen. Someone would end up dying or multiple people. So it's pretty bad.
I don't know the backstory, but I just changed my opinion of what happened. I'm going to play this again. I'm going to point something out. So I'm out. The guy with the umbrella or the bat, I've got his back. All right. So
Okay.
this is the bat wielding guy is here on the left with kind of a light color on. The guy on the right, darker color. Guy on the right goes for the car. Right, trying to do some karate kicks. Trying to fight someone else. All right, guy walks to the car.
I need more context.
All right. You got to watch. All right, bat guy comes back here. Leather coat guy gets in the way. All right. That guy there. That's like scissors or something. Knife? Knife. Looks like.
Wait.
Hey, we missed that.
Scissors.
Here, let's go back. Hold on. There's a lot to break down in this video.
All right.
Okay, so that guy is the okay.
What's in his hand? What's in his hand?
Scissors?
Anything.
What is that?
Looks like it's wrapped. It looks like it's wrapped around, like something's like a strap.
Is that a shiv? Is that a prison shiv?
Around.
Here's the key though, right here. This is all I needed to say. All right. Right there, I realized guy in the car not wearing a mask, guy with the bat wearing a mask.
Oh,
Mask.
He's in his car. Don't wear a
That's
mask
awesome.
when you're alone in your car.
He was outside without a mask on. He's an anti-masker.
Cofield. That
Outside.
Rutgers.
Murder
that
charges,
Rutgers-
attempted murder charges, manslaughter.
Brilliant, Steve.
Are we? God, that was a good sound. Are we pro-mask or not? We got an anti-masker against a masker. Masker wins in my mind.
Well, now that I rewatched
gotta-
that, I mean, that white car could have just driven forward and left this situation behind, but he chose to make a U-turn and plow that dude over. Now I'm
Mhm.
now I see that car was that car, and I get what's happening now.
I
That
still
was
don't get how it all started, but
intentional.
well,
Yeah, I agree,
Cofield's great.
Franco. I agree, Franco. The energy on that night will be through the roof. Michael
overwhelming.
Molinari.
I don't know.
Well, hell.
He is. I've like tried to imply like, haha, we're similar. Like we get picked on for being bland, and he's pretty much just not really interested in engaging that. So, oh well.
Oy vey.
I think I'm actually less not picky than he is, but I don't know.
All right. We're gonna cut you off. Appreciate it. Alex is
Pleasure.
literally falling asleep.
I'm not.
Ari. All right. Well, I'm kidding. It's a joke. All right. Good job, guys. Make sure you check it out on the audio side of it with the podcast up on iTunes and iHeart and Spotify. And we're back tomorrow. Earlier start, 9:00 our time. Petro. I bet you mother blanks me up and down. Chiefs Raiders week. And Busgate